Hello, welcome to this channel of the beardedeurofan, that's me. For today's episode I'm going to review the Latvian entry for Eurovision 2022, which has been represented by the group Citi Zēni with the song Eat Your Salad. After the feminist anthem offered to us by Samantha Tina in last year's contest, in which however the rising moon was not on her side, Latvia moves forward with its participation, despite having difficulties to win a spot among the finalists. For now, let's take a look at the artists who had the chance to carry the colors of the Baltic nation on the main stage of touring. Citi Zēni, which name in English can be translated as The Other Boys, is a Latvian pop rap band. They have formed recently in 2020, with a studio album in their discography released just last year, with songs in Latvian. They are particularly known by their energetic performance and their eccentric style, having achieved a moderate success in their native country. The band is formed by vocalist Jānis Petersons, vocalist and saxophonist Dagnis Rosins, keyboardist Reinis Biskajs, guitarist Krišjānis Osols, vocalist and bassist Roberts Memens, and drummer Toms Kagainis. Now let's see how the Eurovision experience begins for the sextet. The Latvian public broadcaster went on to organize their 7th edition of their national final Supernova, opening a submission period for Latvian artists and songwriters to send their proposals between October and December of last year. An expert panel will be in charge of reviewing the 130 entries received, picking up the 16 artists that will compete in the national final, announcing them officially in early January. Citi Zēni will be in the shortlisted contestants in this case. In addition, an online voting was open for other 10 pre-selected artists, with the public choosing the 17th contestant, announcing it 1 week later. As usual, the national final will consist in a semi-final, where the 17 contestants will compete for 10 places in the final, which will be determined with the combination of votes of the jury and the public. The group will be one of the qualified artists to the final in this case, and then in the final show broadcasted in mid-February. The counting of the votes places them as the absolute favorites from both the public and the jury, winning the national final without any doubt, and thus the right of representing Latvia on the main stage of touring. A proposal which blends veganism and sexuality at the same time. Now here comes the analysis according to what they have presented in their official music video. Melodically, it's a pop rap track, maybe with some funk. Both Jānis' declamation during the verses and Robert's voice during the chorus are good. It's remarkable the saxophone solo performed by Dagnis in the bridge, which reminds a lot of the Moldovan epic sax guy Sergei Stepanov from the duo Sunstroke project. This song talks about the attractiveness of being vegan and having an eco-friendly and sustainable lifestyle. The first verse is focused on the sustainable actions they do, while in the second verse has mostly sexual references towards an environmentalist woman which they feel attracted to. According to the band, they have created a song with the goal of making a hard topic easy to digest and fun to listen to. They cite 2 main sources of inspiration behind the lyrics. One was a vegan friend of Jānis who wore a t-shirt which said, "Instead of meat, I'll eat pussy." And the other was a contestant of a Latvian TV cooking show in which Jānis was participating, who challenged him to make a song based on the sustainable lifestyle without being depressing. In the context of the lyrics, in addition, there were 2 words that had to be censored because of being quite explicit, as according to the contest rules, no bad words of cursing are allowed in the participating songs. And in the other hand, it's the first song they write in English. With the previous statement, the message is quite clear. It's an attempt to convince the listener to see the sustainable lifestyle from another perspective, and probably embracing veganism with more enthusiasm. Analyzing the official music video, the plot was developed in a sort of a dating show called Seller for Two. In the first shots, you can see the host appearing on the TV studio while the audience is clapping. It's noticeable the 1970s aesthetic in both the outfits of all the people in the studio and the graphic art and design used on the stage. Behind the host, characterized by Chris Janis, there is the band on the platform of the left side of the stage, 3 men at the center sitting on stools, and a woman at the right side of the stage sitting on a couch with a fan. Chris Janis is at the center of the studio to introduce both the female contestant, which is an environmentalist, and the 3 bachelors that will compete to win the woman's heart. Janis is one of the bachelors in this case who starts to perform in the song. In a close-up of him, the first sentence of the first verse says, "Instead of meat, I eat veggies and pussy." But the last word is censored despite the word can be read from his lips. You will know where this comes from for sure. As the first verse is progressing, you can see shots of the other 2 bachelors introducing themselves to the audience. One of them is a big guy with tattoos who looks like a trucker, while the other guy is a man wearing a super looking naive and shy. There are some shots seen often of the band, while Robert sings the first chorus, and at the same time the woman has to decide which one of the 3 bachelors will be disqualified from the first round, discarding the shy guy in this case. With the second verse, the second round of the show was ongoing, in which the woman and the 2 remaining bachelors are sitting on a table. Janis performs while the woman looks restless and blushing while she pays attention to what he's saying, and the big guy gets upset to the point of throwing the table and go towards Janis to throw him down to the floor. Janis tries to punch him, but before he will attempt to do it, the big guy grabs him from his arm and makes a hold to throw him down again to the floor, punching him while he's still on the floor. In the second chorus, there is a close-up of Robert where he sings the sentence, "Being green is sexy as fuck." But again, the last word is censored despite the word can also be read from his lips. In the instrumental bridge with the saxophone solo performed by Dagnis, there are alternate shots of him and 2 security guards called by Chris Janis, getting inside the studio to break apart the 2 men, neutralizing the trucker man before taking him off the stage. Shocked with the incident, the woman approaches to Janis to check out if he was okay. Then he pleasantly smiles despite being punched out before. It's later seen that Janis is the winning bachelor, and the couple win a trip to Turin, in a very evident wink, celebrating the prize with a lot of excitement. In the last chorus, all the people in the studio perform a flash mob, and then just at the end of the performance, the Spanish word "fin" appears. Making a summary of all the comments, the Latvian entry for this year is very energetic and fun. It's a song that is very entertaining and make a lot of people want to dance, although I had not very clear if the message will have an impact to the audience. Recalling the staging in the national final, the performance was based on then of the stage. Janis is seen performing the first verse while he's walking on a treadmill that is not seen. From the first chorus, they continue performing with that characteristic energy and charisma. It comes to attention that Chris Janis is a left-handed guitarist after watching his electric guitar, and in the other hand, Dagnis has his moment to shine in the instrumental bridge, while the spotlights are focused on him while he performs the sax solo. About the outfits, they all wear suits, giving it a casual touch, using a different color each one of them, probably representing some fruits and vegetables. Then the visual graphics are composed of spinning geometrical figures, which fits with the dynamism of the song. At the end of the performance, Chris Janis lifts up his guitar to make a split in front of his bandmates. As a funny anecdote, when they had performed in the semi-final, Chris Janis' pants teared off in the crotch after doing the split, looking himself a little embarrassed out of carefree and happy. Then later in the final show it went right without tearing off his pants in the crotch. This energetic and fun performance was enough to grant them the ticket to Turin, but before arriving into Italian soil they had made a stop, as I had the opportunity of watching them live performing their song in the Barcelona Eurovision party. Here is an exclusive snippet of their performance. Their performance in this case was technically identical like in the national final. It was remarkable that they made an extended version of the song, with a longer intro compared to the original version, including another sax and drum solo. In this sense, it was indeed a dynamic and fun performance. So I had my thoughts on a very good result when they arrived at the big stage. For the staging in Turin, it was suspected that the performance would follow the same trend previously seen before. I thought a few changes were noticed during the rehearsals. In this case, the treadmill was dismissed. The visual graphics will change to a mosaic of fruits and vegetables in colorful backgrounds, seeing often explosions of those same fruits and vegetables every time the words hot and cool were mentioned in the chorus. The song's title will be shown in big capital letters both the beginning and the end of the performance, and the spotlights will have white, yellow, pink and violet tones. These spotlights will be especially intense during the instrumental bridge with the Dagny's sad solo, in which the white spotlights will create a light and dark contrast effect. After watching their live performance in the first semi-final, the truth is that they have done it very well. They always give it all in each and every one of their performances. I thought that they would probably break the losing streak the country has been having in recent years, but after the counting of the votes, they did not get too much points, mostly from the juries, placing 14th in their semi-final. Latvia has registered another consecutive disqualification in the contest, but however they do not lose the spirit to move forward. The band has also moved forward with their musical career despite the achieved result. In fact, they are already working on their second studio album, which will be released this year or the next one, with the song they have performed in the contest among the included tracks. And you, what do you think about the Latvian entry for this year? As usual, leave your comments down below and let's keep the discussion. And this is it for today's episode. Before I finish, there are a few things you can do. Give a like, subscribe, enable notifications and follow me in my social media. Take care, eat your good portion of vegetables every day and see you in the next episode. Bye bye.